What's happening, y'all? It's me, resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington, and I'm here with my review for the remake of White Men Can't Jump. And if you have not seen this movie yet, don't, because I did it for you. You don't need to see this. This movie is just bad. I'm telling spoilers, okay? Cool. We get it out the way. Let me tell you something first and foremost. I am getting real tired of them remaking movies that have nothing to do with what they're remaking, or calling themselves remaking it and putting a new quote-unquote twist on something. And the problem is the movies they're remaking are classics for a reason. House Party I bring up, as well as this. Which problem is they're both directed by the same person. Stop giving them fucking movies. People are going to ask me, how is Jack Harlow in this? Jack Harlow is Jack Harlow. Sink with walls is sink with walls. It is very hard to find any real chemistry between the two of them in this movie. Real talk. Also, their motivations are so different from what the... Okay. Let me go back to the original White Men Can't Jump with Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson. The reason the movie is aptly titled White Men Can't Jump, because it's in the 90s, of course. Sidney Dean, played by Wesley Snipes, is a hooper. You know what I'm saying? He be out here hooping on the courts, making money, killing people. Woody Harrelson plays Billy Hoyle, former collegiate player, got kicked out, gambling debts. He got a bad gambling problem, right? But he hustles on the court because people think he can't hoop because he's a white boy. Now, him and Sidney team up. They start hooping. They go in these tournaments. They win money. And at one point, you know, Sidney Dean was like, yo, you should have just yammed it on him. Should have dunked it on him. And he's like, what, you can't dunk? And so Woody Harrelson is like, no, I can dunk. And so he was like, no, I don't think you can dunk. And so, he's like, bet money on it. And so he bets his half of the winnings. And so he tries 3 times to dunk, and he cannot dunk. White men can't jump. Okay? Can't dunk. So then... end of the movie, Retribution finally comes in, yams it, boom, wins money, girl leaves, blah, 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 end of story, okay? That's that. Now, in this one, you got Cinco Walls' character, Kamal Allen. He's a prodigy, finna go to the league, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's with his father, Benji Allen, played by the late, great Lance Reddick. You know, he's supposed to go to the league. He's this high prospect, LeBron-esque, if you will. And all of a sudden, something happens. He's not in the league no more. He's still in his high school gym playing pickup games, okay? In comes Jack Harlow. Basically, the whole fucking trailer is in the beginning, okay? So then Jack Harlow comes. They do this shoot 'em up, you know what I'm saying? Shoot for best wins, $300. Of course, Jack Harlow wins. Boom, find out he's training people. He's training basketball stars, okay? You find out he's training basketball stars. So you would think that there's a reason, a motivation for what Jack Harlow does, his character Jeremy. Basically, he blew out both his ACLs, okay? He still can, by the way, let me get this shit out the way. Still can jump, it hurts, comes down a bit as a pro wrestler with bad knees. I get it, fam. Jump, it hurts a little bit. He still can jump. He can dunk. Every white boy in the movie is a hooper. So there's no reason to call this White Men Can't Jump. Jeremy, Jack Harlow's biggest rival, is a dude played by Zack Snyder, the guy from Euphoria. He plays Phil Thompson. This dude went to Duke or something like that. Cold-ass player, hooper, right? Every white player in the movie, because Jack Harlow even says it at one point to him, is like, yo, everybody knows white boys can hoop now, which is cool. We notice. We see some cold white hoopers in the game. Yo, Jokic is actually killing the game for Denver right now. Another story. But do not call this movie White Men Can't Jump. Yes, I'm one of those people who's like, yo, call this shit something else. Stop using a title that exists because it's an easy way to get a film greenlit and you think people are going to see it because you're going to be pissed when you see it. But again, the chemistry ain't there. You got Woody Harrelson. You got Jack Harlow's character, Jeremy. His whole motivation while he trains people in the local NoHo gym. And his buddy hooks him up with painkillers. He's addicted to painkillers because, again, having both his ACLs repaired. His drug dealer is fucking Andrew Schultz, okay? Andrew Schultz puts him on game. Was like, yo, you should try to get stem cells. You know what I'm saying? It's regenerative medicine. 10K, they put stem cells, you can be back on your game. Because here's why. This is Jack Harlow's whole motivation for the movie. He has a girl played by Laura Harrier. She's a dancer. She's trying to do what she do. His whole motivation is to get an NBA G League tryout because he's now 27 years old, damn near, and he wants a G League tryout so he can try to get in the league. There's nothing about his gambling debts. He's just trying to get money for it. Now his girl's like, yo, you should let that go. Let God. Bro, them knees ain't good. Move on with your life. Cinco Walls, he works as a delivery company, and because he was this high profile prodigy, after he had basically he was in a game, some dudes kept chanting overrated and was like, "Where's your pops?" His pops has MS. It was the early onset stages of it, so he couldn't be in his like important championship games. His younger version, Cinco Walls' character, come on, his younger version goes off, steals on somebody in the stands, gets arrested, loses scholarship, boom, never goes to the league. So now he's doing Amazon deliveries basically. And he gets mad because people notices who he is. One of the first people we see is Tristan Winger, the homie who was in Insecure, played Thug Yoda, a.k.a. Miles. He's in there. And you're like, all right, okay, I get it. After a while, you get tired of it. But the first person we see do it, he snaps off. You got two of Kamal's homies playing pickup games with the ones we see in the trailer, Vince Staples and Miles Bullock. Now, they're the comedic relief, supposedly. And a lot of time, Vince Staples works. Vince Staples, I get it. He's real cool, laid back. He keeps talking about he got this white chick named Mildred, and everybody don't believe it. So, of course, she showed the end. His buddy Renzo is all like, yo, we should jump the white boy. We should rob him, all this other shit. And it's like sometimes some of the jokes are forced. But also, it's that same level of feel of force sometimes with the jokes you get in the House Party remake. Same director. Look, I understand basketball culture. At the LA Fitness, they hoop all the time. People at the 24 out here all the time hoopers, and understand it gets real competitive. And I understand how motherfuckers is basketball culture is like the barbershop culture. So a lot of the dialogue is supposed to mimic it, but a lot of times it comes off hella forced. Like Vince Staples, a hood dude. Miles Bullock, I don't know if he's a hood dude, but it's like, yo, let them just have a natural conversation. Stop trying to force shit in there. Stop trying to push shit in and be like, yo, say this instead of saying that. Let these people be these characters and do what they do. The level of angst on Kamal's shoulder, the chip on his shoulder, because he just don't want to really play ball no more. He feel like he let his dad down. And then his girl, Tiana Taylor, who's doing hair she does hair in the living room. Her goal is to try to get a shop. So eventually he just wants to get money to help get her a shop. It's not about the league for him. Fine. He knows he kind of blew it, but he'll play pickup games, and he don't want to play organized ball. He'll play a pickup game. He don't want to be on the team. He don't want to do all this. So he's reluctant to join these tournaments that he joins. It doesn't really mesh well. There's something, I don't know, for me, missing. Again, let me make sure I clarify this too. I just said the words. There's something for me. I haven't seen many people who rock with this. But I know for me, I didn't at all. Now, a lot of people will ask, well, Jay, did you go into this not wanting to like it? I already went in with hesitation, yes, because when you say you are remaking a classic, it is not difficult at all to go into something with some hesitation and some hesitancy. It's going to happen. And yes, I gave it the benefit of the doubt. Did I pay attention to who the director was at first? Absolutely not. It wasn't until after I got done watching it. I know people who've watched this movie and only watched 20 minutes of the shit, and then it was like, I can't do it. I pushed myself through this and was so motherfucking mad. Can Jack Harlow hoop? Yes, we see him hooping. We've seen what he does on the court in the NBA All-Star Celebrity Games. But a lot of the shit he does, the scene where they out here, yo, can you cover the bet? You can't cover the bet. I brought $80 minus 60. You brought 20. Why would you say that? That doesn't make sense. The joke isn't really. It hurts. It hurts because this could have gone so many other ways. And could have been developed so many other ways. I just don't get it, man. I don't know. If anybody tells me that, well, I liked it for what it was. Okay, you might. That's you. Again, you're entitled to. I just couldn't even like it for what it was. Because again, you have the Lance Reddick element. His dad has MS. You see him slowly deteriorating. He has to give him lessons. At one point, it gets so bad where he's in a hospital, he's on his last leg, and he just happens to be going in the hospital when they have to have this major tournament where they'll win $500,000, being Kamal and Jeremy Harlow's character, and then they use their other two boys Miles Bullock and Vince Staples. It used to be a 3-on-3, and so you have to have that one rotator. So they can win $500K. Also, my bad, you get into it where at one point in one of the pickup games, Miles, when they was hustling people, not Miles, excuse me, Kamal gets into it with J. Alphonse Nicholson, who plays Lil Murda in P Valley. He gets into it because he hustles him. Dude calls him out. Kamal was like, yo, you that washed up nigga, no daddy, blah, blah, blah. And he steals off of him. Then they go run off and it's like, yo, remember if you remember the original movie, there's a scene where when Woody and Wesley hustle this dude on the court, right? This dude, they go hustle. The dude go rob a liquor store. Like, hey, give me all your money. And the dude be like, Raymond. He be like, no, this ain't no Raymond. And so he gets the money. He finds out he gets hustled. He gets mad. He says, I'm going to go to my car, get my other gun, shoot everybody's ass. And old girl be like, Raymond, Raymond. And that's the scene everybody run off. They tried to mimic it because the dude antagonizes Kamal, saying you were washed up, blah, blah, blah. Dude steals off of him, and then he goes to the car. The nigga don't get the gun, go get a flamethrower. If I had to give this movie a rating on 1 to 5 stars, there's not a negative meter high enough for me personally to give it. If I want to see good basketball action, I give it a 1 or 2 for that. Because, yo, it was dope seeing my homie Sling Johnson in it. You know what I'm saying? Couple little things like that. But overall, I didn't rock with this. I just didn't. Please stop giving Carmatic remake movies that he is not doing. Just give him another. Don't call it that. Say, if you're going to give him a movie, say, Hoopers Galore, Street Ballers, white Street Ballers, or some shit like that. The story of Hot Sauce of the Professor from And One, and let him do those and then say loosely based on White Men Can't Jump. Shit like that. Just stop doing this. I can't say too much besides did I find anything? Like I said, I got some good basketball action out of it, some good hooping, but Tiana Taylor is doing what she does, and she's good in it. She plays that when I'm supporting my man, you know what I'm saying? She at one point gives up her money she saved for her shop so he can enter this tournament after his pops get sick. I don't know. But I do want to know what you think in the comments below. So like, subscribe, click on the notification bell. Subscribe to the channel, please. Share this video. You know, there's somebody else who's going to feel the way I fucking feel about this movie. And it's really sad. So, with that being said, follow me on Instagram and TikTok, please, at Mr. J Washington, MRJAY. You should know how to spell Washington. Check out the Mad Titan podcast, where I get you caught up on all the things happening in the Marvel and DC live-action cinematic universes. It's Barbershop Talk for Nerds. Come on in the convo. And check out the BBC Club podcast. That's the Black Boy Content Club podcast, with myself, Chris Burns, and Moses Prim. Talk about pop culture, news, sports, and we just 3 dudes just kicking it and having a motherfucking blast. So you can listen to us everywhere you get podcasts from and watch us over on the Moses Prim YouTube channel. And we tend to go live when we record on Sundays around 2 p.m. Pacific. So stay tuned for those notifications on that. Yeah, I'm disappointed. I hope you are too. Holla at y'all later. I'm out.